And hello, world, and whoever else is out there intercepting my transmissions. Peter here, like always. Got another video here of me drawing in my book. Just a bunch of weird squiggly lines, like I enjoy doing. Um, so recently I went to Chicago for about a week. My cousin got married. Congratulations, cousin. I went there for that, but um, I stayed a few extra days just to look around, enjoy the city because I used to live there, visit some friends, see the sights. I like Chicago. I enjoyed living there I lived there for a little over a year. And while I was there, I went with my uncle who loves this sort of thing. We went to the Field Museum, and he's a long-time member there, probably for about 25 years or something. So he loves it there, and they love him because he's been a member for so long. So we got this special tour, just like me and him and a couple of his family members. And we got a special tour of this special room called the Rare Book Room or the Rare Book Collection or something. And in this room, it's like climate controlled, and nobody can go in there unless they're accompanied and special permission and all this stuff. Anyways, we got to go in there, and there's like all these really old, ornate, like hundreds of years old books, and they're all like, I don't know. It was really cool to see them though because, well, strangely enough, I'm not sure why this was entirely. I probably asked and they probably told me. I don't remember, but it seemed like a disproportionate number of the books were about birds. It's kind of irrelevant, but maybe it's just because of what part of the Field Museum it was in. Now, I will tell you, if you don't know anything about the Field Museum, it's not a museum about fields. Okay, there's another reason why it's called the Field Museum, which I won't go into now, partly because I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, we went to this rare book room, which was really inspiring to me because it had all these books, and you could tell, that so much work went into each book, just from the binding, from the cover, how ornate so many of them were. And even the ones that were like hundreds of years old and were like falling apart, or they were almost like piles of dust. You could tell that there were just like a lot of like love and work put into them. And like the lady, like the curator or the librarian or whatever her job was, she opened a few of them up, and you could look at like the carefully drawn pictures in them, and you could just tell how much work went into them. And it inspired me, because then I wanted to fill books of my own, and like have them maybe in a special book room one day. And that was just really, really encouraging to me, or inspiring, or whatever. When I see, one of the main things that's inspiring to me is when I see other people that are like wrapped up and really passionate about something, that makes me want to be passionate about something as well. It doesn't even have to be art. If I see someone that's that really, really loves yo-yos or something, that makes me excited, not necessarily about yo-yos, but just excited about what I want to be excited about. It's like a little bit contagious, you know what I mean? Anyways, so I think I went and I had some other stuff planned after that, but I think I immediately went and like drew something, just because I was like all hyped up from looking at a bunch of really old. Actually, they were probably pretty boring books. Like I didn't really care about what was actually in them, Like I saw one really, really thick book and really old one that said 1,000 American fungi, and it was thick. And I thought, wow, this guy went to a lot of work to catalog a huge book full of 1,000 American fungi. I really want to say funguses, even though I know fungi is the plural anyways. And that was just inspiring to me, because I know that must have taken a lot of work, and he must have been extremely passionate about fungi. And so, and I know that must have taken forever, and I get discouraged when some of my drawings take more than one sitting, and I want things to be over quickly, and I want them to be done, in a timely manner so I can move on to the next thing, and I feel like I'm wasting my time if things take too long. With this guy, this book was like 3 or 4 inches thick, and it was just about fungi, and most people don't even know the book exists, probably just people who are researching mushrooms or lichens or something. Anyways, so I don't really know what I'm talking about anymore, but yeah, I want to fill my own books, and Chicago is cool. I like visiting that place. I enjoyed meeting a few old friends from there, and I'll definitely go back sometime. And also, yeah, buy my new book I made. There's a link in the description called Peter's Lion Almanac. If you want me to be happy and successful and keep eating, that's the guilt trip part of my pitch. But also, just if you want to have a book full of my cool drawings. It's 106 pages with drawings and a few wordles and stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.